Hi everyone, Nico here with another recap. Today's anime is called Beast Tamer. In this story, a beast tamer is fired from the hero's party because of his weak fighting skills. However, he meets a strong cat girl and his beast tamer skills become stronger. Will his old party regret exiling him? Watch to find out. Rain is a beast tamer because he grew up with a strong affinity for animals. He doesn't have combat skills, so he contributes to the party by scouting with his tamed animals and doing important logistics for the party. He thought he had a good relationship, but is surprised when one day the hero Arios fires him. He questions why and they tell him that he is useless because he can't fight. He is shocked to hear that this is how they really think of him. As he leaves the party, they mock him and are glad he is leaving, asking him to give them all his gear because they helped him gather it. It is clear they don't appreciate Rain for all he has done for the party. Rain remembers that the party was often harsh with him, but he thought it was tough love and he wonders if they never cared for him in the first place. Although he is sad, a group of kids arrive and he entertains them by casting a temporary contract on a hawk and playing with the kids. The kids all say they want to be beast tamers when they grow up, and Rain is surprised they don't want to be heroes. They tell him that the hero and the hero's party often look down upon the commoners, and he is the only one willing to play with the kids and treat commoners like them decently. Feeling a little better, he decides to become an adventurer and heads to the Adventurers Guild. As an adventurer, he will be able to travel on his own, take on missions, and earn a living. He is determined to be better than the hero and will treat others with kindness. The guild is a little uncertain to make him an adventurer because beast tamers are thought to be weak and usually don't travel alone. He is given a test to kill 10 goblins as the minimum skill needed to become an adventurer of the guild. Rain is an experienced beast tamer, so he uses animals to scout and find the goblins. He also wonders if beast tamers have a poor reputation because there are many novice tamers. Although it is tiring for him, he fights the goblins and manages to eliminate 10 of them and gathers enough loot to pass the test. However, during the test he hears a girl scream and immediately goes to help. He sees a girl cornered by a killer tiger, a strong monster, and he bravely tries to intervene, but his fighting skills are way too weak. However, his help buys her enough time to gather her strength and she dropkicks the tiger and defeats it. He notices her cat ears and thinks she must be one of the rare supreme races in this world, who are all incredibly strong and powerful. She is tired after the battle, and though he thinks she is hurt at first, she is just very hungry. While she eats all his food, he is amazed to meet a cat spirit like her who has unparalleled athletic skill but can't cast any magic. She introduces herself as Kanade, one of the last cat spirits since the cat spirit race is near extinction. The cats live deep in the mountains because their race is dwindling, but she found a secluded life boring, so she journeyed out of the mountains for adventure, which led her to him. He tells her about his conflict with the hero, and she is upset to hear about what happened to him, since he is a nice person. Rain tells her not to worry about it as he just wants to move on with his life. Kanade, who is impressed with his kindness and his attitude, tells him that she felt he was a special kind of tamer, who would be able to tame a cat spirit like her, and she offers herself to be tamed by him. He thinks taming a supreme species like her would be a great help to future fights and he could prevent tragedy. But he has a good heart and he doesn't want to take advantage of her and wants to just know her better. She feels that they were fated to meet and they agree to contract to one another. Rain casts the contract, which is more complex than taming simple creatures, as the contract will tie their hopes and fate together. The spell results in a visible mark on Kanade's hand and they shake hands, looking forward to traveling with one another. Although Rain was sad to be exiled from the hero's party, seeing Kanade happy, he feels hopeful for the future. Before they arrive at the guild, they find some rabbits to tame and Kanade is in fluffy heaven. She watches as Rain tames many of them and sends them to find medicinal herbs, and Kanade is shocked to see his skill as a tamer because commanding animals with complex commands is an incredibly rare skill. She wonders how strong he will be in the future if he is already such a strong tamer now. Since he passes the test, he is now a F-rank adventurer and is given a little pay. But the guild lady encourages him that he will probably be promoted soon because he completed the trial so quickly. Rain wants to start taking jobs right away, but before they can go, they are confronted by a bully. He insults Rain and doesn't believe that Kanade could be tamed by someone like Rain. He challenges Rain to arm wrestle and Rain accepts because he feels that bullies will continue to go after Kanade if he doesn't do anything. But they are both shocked to see Rain winning easily. The guild apologizes for the bully's behavior as he was a member that was already on the verge of being expelled from the guild. The guild lady is amazed that he contracted such a powerful species like Kanade. As she leaves, Kanade tells him that because of their contract he has gained powerful physical strength on par with hers as a result of their contract, which is why he crushed the other adventurers so easily in the arm wrestle. Their next job is to gather more medicinal herbs, and Kanade is disappointed they don't have more dangerous jobs, but this is because Rain is still F-rank. He uses rabbits again to gather herbs, and she is upset that a bunch of rabbits are better at gathering herbs than her. Suddenly Kanade senses trouble and they find an old man being robbed by the Ebon Fang. a large and famous band of robbers after the old man's escort of adventurers have run away. They watch the confrontation and Kanade wonders if they should run for help, but Rain doesn't think there is enough time. He determines they have to intervene as soon as possible to save the old man's life even if it's dangerous. They leap into action with a surprise attack and save the old man. As Kanade watches him defend the old man with his newfound physical prowess, she is amazed at how quickly he has adapted to his new physical strength. After the brigands are defeated, Rain reveals that beast tamers are actually taught martial arts so they don't hurt the animals they tame. The old man is thankful for their help but urges them to run away as the Ebon Fangs will definitely retaliate when they hear some robbers were defeated. So Rain forms a plan to capture the robbers they defeated and then attack the Ebon Fangs directly in their hideout. Using animals, they scout the hideout, and Rain reveals his plan to use special bees to paralyze the robbers inside the hideout to make the fight easier. He also wants her to run back to town to some knights to help arrest the bandits, because there is no way just the two of them could capture over 100 bandits. The bee army arrives. It turns out Leanne and Mina, who were Rain's former party members in the hero's party, were among the adventurers that abandoned the old man. They thought it would be an easy job but are embarrassed they had to run away. They are unimpressed with their new beast tamer and berate him for not scouting well with squirrels and that he should have used a swarm of squirrels. But the beast tamer is shocked because normal tamers are only supposed to be able to tame a single beast at a time, and that beast tamers that can multi-tame animals are rare and strong. Mina doesn't believe him since she still thinks Rain was a failure, and she chases their new tamer off for lying to them. Meanwhile, Rain has disabled all the bandits in the hideout and Kanade arrives with adventurers and townspeople. The night didn't come because they found arresting bandits beneath them, but Rain congratulates Kanade for doing an excellent job. Suddenly, a horde of king lizards that the bandits were using as a security appear, but even the king lizards don't obey the bandits because they have gone berserk with anger. Rain and Kanade the king lizards and defend the others, allowing them time to get away. They emerge from the hideout after defeating the king lizards and the townspeople praise them, and he finally is getting the recognition he deserves. He is amazed at how his life has changed since his time in the hero's party, and is happy to have met Kanade, who has given him the power to help others. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.